when you look, I'm not a feet guy either, but I've started. It really was because of two of my friends that were like, "Nah, bro. Like, if she got ugly feet, you gotta watch out." And I was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" So then they started showing me different celebrities that got some busted ass toes, like disgusting looking ass feet, and I was like, "Wow, like,
Okay,
I've never looked at that."
Nick says that he's the best fucking athlete on earth.
I am one of the best.
And I just want to say something.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
We're gonna try and bring some. There's another big one.
Dr.Disrespect, yes, but he's fucking. I can't get it. Did you get it?
No.
There you go. We got it. We got it. Dr. Disrespect is good at gaming though. Like you can watch.
Welcome back, everybody, to another. I was gonna say a different name of a podcast that I watch, but you already know what it is. It's the Thinking Out Loud show / podcast, the most misinformed podcast on the internet.
There it is.
Yeah, today we're recording a little bit later in the day because I recently got an internship at my buddy's shop, mechanic shop, and tire shop. He's got this internship program where I come in and like I'm learning all I'm learning a trade, right, just for fun, and it might, I might have my own.
I mean, it's something that all men should know how to do, to be fair.
Yes, I recently saw this post where it's like, it's not okay to be a man, it's necessary, right? Because think about it, we never take the time to really give thanks to like the sewage guy, the plumbers, the engineers who built these cities, the roads that are paved, the electricians that keep our lights running. Like I've seen so many entitled people, dude, like that just like can't live without their $5 commute or that $10 Starbucks, and like their lights go out and they just can't do anything. It's like, what the fuck? It's like all about being a hunter-gatherer in the modern age. I've look at this internship thing that I'm doing. There are some dumb people, and it's not that they're dumb, it's just that they're dumb in ways that like aren't relevant. Like they just don't know. Like they buy a car and they don't understand what it means to own a car. Like maintaining it.
What does it mean to own a car?
Okay, like when you buy something, how many people actually read the manual? Or actually read the instructions on something? Like you buy your phone, you automatically know how to use an iPhone. That's our nervous system being like, yo, like this is a cool toy. Like,
yeah, I mean it's a dopamine trigger for sure.
Part of that is being able to use something fancy. But I thought it was interesting because people will come in and will ask for services, and they sound like, sometimes I've had my buddy tell me like people will come in and act like they know what they're talking about,
like you do.
Of course.
Every day,
dude, I can't look at. And then we're talking about fucking. He's telling me about like customers will come in and try to like lowball. Lowball, and it's lowball for something they think they know how to do the job for. Like they'll lowball below the labor price. Like it's like parts plus labor. And these people are ridiculous. It's absolutely hilarious to see people try and negotiate. Right, at a business that there is no negotiation. It's like what you did at the other day at the pizza parlor. You're like, you're not going to spot me those 25 cents?
I think there's room for negotiation, honestly.
Oh, God. See,
especially, hold on, man. What the fuck? Especially the internship that you're at right now. There's complete negotiation on that.
Like, this internship is not that kind of negotiation, bro. You got to stand your ground. There are people, like, my buddy is a kind person to people who,
treat them with respect
and understand that that the labor that labor is part of it. Like there's care that goes into doing these services.
Right.
It's a tire service and mechanic shop.
Yeah.
Right. So it's good for them. Like it's a constantly rotating door of people just coming in with their cars. And it is like fascinating, just observing people come in and like. Just like common people, just like, hey, I need this done. I need my tire fixed. And it's like, they're all like, how do I say this? Like from my perspective, they're just like a bunch of random people like living in a simulation, sometimes. I'm like, all these motherfuckers are like NPCs. Like, y'all got lives out there? Like, what the fuck? That shit is weird. Like so many people.
Showing up at random times of the day.
So yeah, no, but that shit is dope. But talking about things,
But you have to remember that there are people who work 5 to 6 days a week and they get 1 day off out of the week. And they're going to show up on their day off. Like, they need to get it taken care of.
That is another thing, too, about these kinds of services. Like, people normally don't get shit done until it's their day off or they're, like, right off work. And this place does an amazing job of, like, staying open 9 to 9. Or basically 8 to 9.
To be honest, I never, before I got a car, I didn't understand what people meant when they're like, I'm running errands all day. And now, when I leave and I'm gone all day, I'm like, holy shit, it's 10 o'clock. I got to go home.
Fucking exactly, dude. Like, I'm running errands too, and I'm
this
like,
shit is crazy.
Especially during the middle of the day, because there's fucking traffic.
Dude.
And if you have to commute, you lose a third of your day just commuting, and you don't get paid for that commute. Like, what kind of fucking shit is that? Like,
travel miles.
Like, if you're not going to give us free healthcare, like, they should at least cover the commute. Unless you own your own business, then that, shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
You got to cut the workers some slack, Fucking Amazon just decides to just, be like, no, you want to go to the bathroom? Psych, bro. You need to fucking pay 25 cents.
I would never be able to go to the bathroom.
Like a toll, bro. You're going to have to pay a toll every time you walk down the warehouse and shit. That'd be hilarious. You'd be like, oh,
that would not be hilarious.
Like in Mexico, you have to pay for every step of the bathroom. You want to use the bathroom? Okay, here you go. You need toilet paper?
Just go take a shit outside.
You could also do that.
Right on the street. The fuck are we talking about?
You could also do that.
I thought that's how it works.
No.
There's like outhouses and...
In some places still, yes. There's still that. But I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, like, people just live...
You don't have an outhouse?
I'm fortunate enough that...
Oh, so you're rich. You're rich in Mexico.
Rich.
My family has an outhouse.
That's your family, dog. Not my family.
You're mad rich out there, bet.
Dude, I mean, compared to, like,
You're the guy to know.
Over there, you're either just poor or you're just surviving.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because if you're poor, you're just poor. If you're surviving, then you're, like, living.
Content.
Because, you work all week, and then Sunday, you're 1 day fucking off. You're just like, let's get fucked up,
Yeah.
And you really have nothing else to do. And living in a place like that, in a small,
then you just
like,
rinse and repeat.
Colony. What's up?
You rinse and repeat every week.
Yeah, you rinse and repeat, and it becomes just a way of life, for people who live in countries and that where, like, the standard of living is not here, like what it's like here.
Yeah.
Because, like we were talking about earlier, like people complaining about, their electricity, their plumbing, but where's the, it is true that there's like a 1% of people there's a percentage of people in the United States that just literally have so much wealth. It's just unfathomable. Like, it's just like, you're just thinking to yourself, like, how do you have so much money? Can I just have some? Can you just give me like $100? Like, is that too much?
$100 is
it's like
chump change.
It's chump change now.
You would need at least, like, if you ever met a billionaire, just shoot me like 25, 50 grand. And I can make something with that.
A millionaire will say that's not how you make $1 million, by just asking people for money. And then you ask a venture capitalist and they'll be like, yeah, that's exactly how you become a millionaire. You just ask people for funding.
That's what happened for the majority of these motherfuckers. They made enough money and then they just went to investors. We're like, yo,
yes,
this is what you should invest in.
This is my idea, and if it works out, we'll be fucking millionaires, billionaires in the future. But if it doesn't, I'm just gonna take your money and, like, the project is done.
Isn't that what Shark Tank is?
Shark Tank is different. Shark Tank is a lot of fun. I fucking love Shark Tank because that shit is dope. You just see all these products. Shark Tank is dope. Shark Tank is dope. Shout out to Mr. Wonderful,
the Scrub Daddy,
Mark Cuban. The Scrub Daddy actually works.
I see it every time. What? And I've bought in 2 of them.
I've used a couple. And they do work exactly as advertised.
Yeah.
I remember the biggest drama was them getting the supplies from Russia, dude. That shit was crazy, bro. Back then, they were supplying this material that was made in Russia, which is what the Scrub Daddy was.
Oh, okay.
So you know how, like, after a while it just dissolves?
Yeah.
Which is fantastic because I feel like I'm not wasting, like, a dirty sponge. There's some Mexican families that will use the same sponge
for years,
and that's just
same sponge, pots, pans,
feet.
Sometimes they don't even clean the pan.
They don't even have to because
keep the grease in there.
Yeah, because you just reuse it, because it adds flavor.
It does. It actually
adds
does.
a lot of flavor.
That's where the saying flavor. Put your foot in it.
Put your foot in it.
Right
yes,
there.
Put your fucking foot in that bitch. In the pozole. Put your foot in the pozole.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, in the menudo.
Oh.
Oof. Yeah.
We should go to El Torito? Is that what it's
No,
called?
I'll take you to my uncle's restaurant. They've got really good menudo and.
No, but like there's a all-you-can-eat brunch.
I know where you're talking about. El Torito.
Yeah.
It's like by Santa Monica, by those offices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly where.
Yeah,
On Ocean,
shit.
right, or some shit.
Yeah,
Park?
on Ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking. I've been there once and twice actually. One time I
The
was there.
menudo is fire though.
The which one?
The menudo.
The
is
menudo's fire.
over.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting take, because I've been there. I remember the one time I went there. It was there was like an art party. There was just a bunch of old people in there, like having like a one of those things, like
That's
those drawing.
interesting.
It was interesting. Yeah, I didn't stick around. I just fucking grabbed the food and left. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Your internship.
That and something else. Oh yeah, well we can move on from that. You said you went out on Saturday night, right?
Saturday night or last night? I've been out the whole weekend.
Yeah, since this man became a fucking Class C commercial license driver.
Class C commercial license
driver.
I'm a pro driver at this point.
He's been busted. He's been just dropping gas money, you know.
No, actually.
You've been pretty efficient?
Yeah.
No, tell me about it, dude.
I mean, probably maybe like $80 in the last 2 weeks.
That's
I don't have a gas guzzler. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. You do have a very modern vehicle with very
Yeah.
economical standards. My vehicle is standard, so my economy relies on me. Depending on how fast I drive, that's how quickly I burn my gas. And then it's fucking hot as shit. So the gas is just literally
because the AC is bumping all the time.
Well, I'm bumping the AC, and if my car is sitting, well, I mean, alcohol. Gasoline is dissolved as a solvent. That's just slowly evaporating. I mean, obviously, it's you got
I
a
never
good
thought
seal.
about that actually. Huh.
Well, I mean, obviously, the modern cars have
sealed,
a cap, so
Yeah.
that it keeps it all in there. But I always think about it like as a paranoia thing. I'm like, shit, my gas is literally just evaporating. Money's just evaporating.
You just got a heavy foot.
Nah, I mean, I do like to drive quickly. I used to drive slowly, but that was only because all my friends were making fun of me about like, oh, you drive like a grandma, you drive like a grandma. They don't understand I'm trying to save their fucking lives. I'll fucking kill y'all. I will drive into a fucking wall.
So let me tell you. So yesterday I experienced having 5 people in the car. Wait. Yeah, 5 people including me, right?
You had company, yes.
Yeah, I had company. I never realized how heavy your car gets.
Oh, you felt it? Okay.
Oh my God, I was shocked. I was like, wow, it's just different.
Why were you hauling so many people? That you were like, oh, this is my.
So
my
speaking
whip.
of the tire thing, I was headed to a dancing place last night in downtown LA. It's a really great place.
Yeah.
And my friend got a flat tire on the freeway.
Okay.
So we had to pull over, and he really got screwed. Like, it was crazy. I was following him, and all of a sudden I see sparks fly out like from his car, and I was like, what the fuck was that? It was kind of late at night, so I was like, did I actually see that right?
Yeah.
And we pull over to the side, and sure enough, he's got a flat tire, and whatever he hit also cut his side skirt of his car.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like nasty. And it's a Tesla, so I was like, wow.
How embarrassing.
So those fucking wheels are like 500, 600, something like that.
Yes, from what my buddy tells me, those are like 500 a pop.
So I almost called homeboy yesterday and was going to be like, hey, do you have anything? But it was also like 11:45. I wasn't even sure if he was awake.
At night?
At night.
Well, I don't think they carry them. You'd have to order them.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you would be like, yeah, I'm going to hit him up at 11:45.
Well, that's why I didn't call him.
I know.
I thought about it. I was like, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, we're friends, but I'm not on that.
What? You came by the shop the other day. You just walked in and dipped. Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, I came looking for my friend to see if he wanted to go to Hollywood Park Casino.
What friend?
Alexis.
You thought he was there?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just call him?
I did, but he didn't pick up. So I was like, oh, he's probably playing soccer.
And you just walked right by us.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
I could have told you that.
I tried to speak to you, but you were fucking talking to homeboy, so I said, oh, okay, bet.
You went to Hollywood Park?
I did end up at Hollywood Park, but I left right away because one of my friends was urinating and he got caught because of thermal cameras. And so when we walked in, they were like, you were urinating, you're drunk, get outside.
That's sick.
Just like that.
That's so sick.
It was crazy. It was a crazy experience.
Fantastic.
It was actually like really cool.
That's what you get,
like,
though. He pissed on the park. Like, what a fucking disrespectful.
Yeah, very disrespectful,
like,
very
that's
rude.
A sacred
and
ground,
I tried to tell him, I was like, "Yo, like,
that's what you
doing?"
Get. Yeah.
And then he was like, "Huh? I didn't do that."
Oh God.
And then the guy at the camera was like, "Dude, we have thermal cameras," and my face just went like, "Well, I mean, he's got a point." Like,
that's crazy how y'all try to swindle him.
He saw your whole dick and everything.
That's true. He saw the thermalness.
The homo.
Yeah, that shit was probably cold. Yeah, that's so funny. See, I've never been caught like that on camera doing anything, because I always scan the room to see where all the cameras, security, all the threats.
Yeah.
I do ocular pat downs of people.
Yeah,
like
you have to.
Bro, you never know like who might be carrying a dangerous weapon on them.
Dude, when we went to Batman, I was on edge.
Because
I was like, yo.
You thought that there'd be a Riddler moment.
On God.
On God.
Yeah.
No cap.
I was looking at the exit signs. I was like, all right.
Where
Where can I leave if I need to leave?
Some Reddit user was just about to be like, yo, fuck this shit. I shouldn't be making jokes.
Yeah,
like
we should not be.
But
I mean, it's a very real thing in this day and age.
It happens, you know. Unfortunately, it's a reality that just doesn't faze us anymore because we're so worried about where our next meal is coming from. No,
right.
No, I'm making shit up. I was going to say something more intelligent like, you know.
What did I say earlier? You just be talking about shit you don't know?
Bro,
trying to
talking
sound
about
confident.
shit we don't know. Nick says that he's the best fucking athlete on earth.
I am one of the best.
And I just want to say something.
I'm going to tell you right now.
We're going to try and bring some extra stuff to the channel.
If I had LeBron James' weight,
bro,
I would be not even height, but his weight, I'd be an Olympian. I promise.
Look,
you.
he thinks he's the best football player, the best wide receiver on the planet.
Not the best, but I'm pretty nice.
He thinks he's a fucking fat ass wide receiver. If we ever get the opportunity to hit up Antonio Brown, we're gonna or Tom Brady.
I'll run routes on.
We
Antonio
will
all day.
Film it and put it up on the Patreon behind a paywall because we do this shit twice a week for y'all, and you know.
And what?
Then they only make it like 20, 30 minutes in.
That's better than
10.
That's better than what did we start out like 5, 10?
5, 8, 6.
So we've gotten somewhat better.
10 minutes. And I mean, like, you know, we're working at it. You know, shit doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
And we do practice. You know, it's not like we're fucking just winging it.
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning we kind of were.
Yeah.
But I knew what I was doing because I'm a professional.
Right.
Talking about being
you were a venture capitalist.
At the time, I was a venture capitalist, and as you know, the crypto just crashed. I actually became homeless. It was tragic. I was living under the 405 for a little bit. I bought the dip, but the dip was up here.
Right.
And then it just kept going down.
Yeah, buy the dip right now.
That's the thing. Like, I've already got all of my stuff invested into crypto, and well, the thing is that crypto is the future, and I'm broke. But because I'm broke,
it though?
I'll be rich in the future, even though I'm broke right now.
Right.
So that's the idea.
Yeah.
Even though I live under the 405 bridge,
I think
on Sepulveda.
I think everybody missed out. I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't miss out.
Buying the dip.
If you're not homeless because you spent your entire life savings on crypto, then you aren't an actual investor because it's all about taking risks. You need to take risks. And let me be clear. If you aren't taking risks, then you're never going to get anywhere in life. Because if you live in Ohio, you better risk getting out that bitch because you're going to live and die in Ohio. That's tragic.
That is tragic.
Like I heard a joke. Like, I can't believe I had to say it first. I should have kept it satirical because I was going to say, you know, Putin decided to send a nuke towards Ohio and the U.S. decided not to intercept it. You know, and I thought that was kind of funny because everybody talks shit about Ohio because like it's like this odd state where like apparently like the strangest things happen there. Like George W. Bush is not from Texas. They're from Ohio.
Interesting.
Like Illuminati shit, you know, like I don't know what it's just like weird that he's from Ohio. I thought he was Texan, right? Because he's got a southern accent. Mm-hmm. But maybe that shit is fake.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, and so I don't know why I brought that up. Well, it's because he's from Ohio. That's why I brought it up, and that's the only thing. And Jamie from the Joe Rogan show is also from Ohio, but he's totally normal.
No clue who that is.
Jamie.
I don't watch the JRE.
Jesus Christ, dude. You're such an uncultured swine.
I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you. I think any person who watches the JRE is a cuck.
Bro, I am.
And I know, like that's your favorite show. So I know you're every guy's favorite cuck. Like
what
100%.
my favorite thing to do with the Joe Rogan show was because he had interesting people on. I actually didn't even. I forgot when he blew up.
I would agree with that. I think he
Everybody
does have
hates-
very interesting people on, but I think certain interviews are great and others are not.
Joe Rogan
so
is
great.
not. Joe Rogan is not the best source of information, but the people he has on can be. Like, we don't live in an era where you have to go to the fucking library anymore. People who go to the library are like boomers and people who want to feel like one with, you know, the idea of reading a book. Even Indiana Jones says that if you want to be good at something, you got to go out into the field, you know? Shout out to Indiana Jones.
Yes.
That dude knows what he's talking about.
But
He's
he
the
probably
best.
had motor skills.
No, but, well, you should. He's just a very lucky man who can swing a whip and shoot straight. You know what I mean? With a fancy hat, with a nice hat. And so I just think about it and I'm like,
I'm going to get you one of those hats.
yeah, buy me one of the Stetsons.
Stetson.
250 hat.
You already have a cowboy hat.
No, that one, my father's or my grandfather's. It doesn't fit.
Not my fault you got a big ass head.
That's my fault that I got a big
I have
ass
to
head.
like go get your shit measured. Like,
Oh, that's a good question. I have no idea how these fucking sizes work, and I would hate
Yeah.
to buy a hat that doesn't fucking fit.
it's like buying boots that don't fit you. Like
I would
good, like Red Wing
never-
boots.
I
Like,
would never buy boots. Do you know those shoes we saw at the Citadel? Those Adidas?
mm.
I swear I thought they were for men, bro. I put them on. I'm like, why the fuck do they feel
Oh,
like small?
yeah.
I swear someone's going to buy those shoes and be like, why is this one stretched out? Bro, it said 11 and a half, and I didn't see the little symbol. It's like a little woman symbol. And you know, how did I know it was a woman? Well, because she was wearing a skirt. Oh, she was wearing a skirt? How do you know it wasn't a man wearing a skirt? Or how do you know?
Yeah, she could have been tucking.
She could have been tucking. But it was the standard, you know, it was the standard triangle with the hands and the 2 feet and the head. The
Right.
standard gender.
Yeah,
you
what if it
know.
was gender neutral?
Then it would just been a stick.
Is that how it works?
No, I really don't know.
What is?
A
Does
gender
anyone
neutral
know
figure?
the symbol for gender neutral?
Like a figure.
Yeah, the figure.
I think it's like a square.
Fuck it. I
'Cause
mean, it makes sense.
People like, yeah, it's just
Because they're all squares.
Yeah. So I fucking try these shoes on that are for women, and they're fucking fire, dog. I'm saying like, damn, like,
Yeah, they look like Balenciagas.
like why did they make them for
They
women?
were actually really nice.
Like, women do not deserve these shoes. Like, these are for men.
Mm.
You know? And I was trying, I swear to God, I was looking for somebody to help me. I was going to be like, can you get me these in the biggest size you have?
Yeah.
Nobody was around. Everybody was so busy in there. Nobody helped me. They missed out on, I was going
You didn't look like a buying customer.
to be completely honest, though, they didn't have my size. I put them on. They were too fucking small. The biggest size I had was 11 and a half in women.
Like, I'm going to tell you, when you walk into a shoe store, like Adidas, Nikes, whatever,
Yeah.
if you don't look like a buying customer, they're not going to help you.
Here's the thing.
You
Oh,
don't
we
look
went
like a buying
together.
customer.
What am I saying? You were there. You saw
Yeah,
me.
I look
you
like
were-
a buying customer.
No, you tried to help me. Nobody wanted to save me from getting these. Well, anyways, those shoes were fire. They were like Cal Michael or some shit, Karl Marx or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, something.
Those shit
something
were
along
look.
those
Those shit
lines.
look flame. I was like, oof. Like I would have. I'm honestly like I would have got them.
No, it was a woman's name.
It was an
on the
Adidas.
brand.
It was that a woman's name?
It was a woman's name,
I
100%.
honestly thought it was a man's name. If it
Because
was
that's
a
why
woman,
I started
it was
laughing.
like Cal Mitchell or some Cal McCall. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It was an Adidas like collab with some fucking lady.
But you're not. The thing is, you're not even a sneakerhead, and you like them, so that says a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I personally have never been into sneakers. I've never understood the culture behind the sneaker. Like, what do you call it? Like,
Sneakerhead.
yeah, the fandom. But I honestly just think it's bullshit. You know, because like some of them are cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Some of them are just outrageous for the. I understand the act of owning something that is like unique. Right, in a specific niche, right?
Mhm.
Like sneakers. Like, okay, what sneakers would I own if I really like? Okay, so I guess I'm a big fan of soccer, but they're not sneakers. So if someone gave me their cleats,
Okay.
I'd
What
be-
cleats?
what's up?
What specific cleats?
Oh, football. Sorry, soccer
Like
cleats.
Mundial or what?
Oh, specific ones.
Yeah. That's the whole.
Okay, so I don't
That is the
that's another
point
reason I
of
don't-
this sneakerhead is like
knowing the brand and stuff.
is knowing the brand, knowing exactly
Okay,
what colorway.
Okay.
You know, like my coveted shoes would probably be. I'm gonna go with M&M 3s or Doenbacher Sixers.
See, I
like those.
I don't know. I don't understand a single thing you just said. Like, I have no
I mean,
idea.
I still wear sneakers. Look at me.
I mean, but you look.
I don't wear sneakers anymore.
You know, and I don't wear sandals like that because I do. I recently did wear the Mexican crocodile alligator skin sandals.
The huaraches.
The huaraches.
Okay.
The huaraches. Not the Adidas, you fucking dumbasses. The Mexican ones. The huaraches, you know, the ones you throw across the room.
Yeah.
The ones you just...
The ones that when you put them first on, you're like, I'm walking on the fucking ground. This hurts like hell, but I have to break them in.
Correct. I bled from my pinky for like a week. It was blistered.
Stapled.
They're not just... They're nailed in, dog.
Crazy.
They're fucking... Yeah. Anyway, so fucking...
Somebody bought me some. Was it you?
I think I gave you a pair.
It might have been you. No. It was Alexis when he came back from Mexico.
Good for him.
He brought me a pair.
That's what's up. So I
wore them 3 times and I started crying. I'm not built like that. Oof. I'll be honest. I try to wear them on U.S. soil. That shit is hard.
Yeah, over there, bro, you should see the soil. It is. Like, my girl's feet, like, she's been through it. Well, I haven't seen all... Yeah, I've seen her feet.
Just say you got some ugly-ass feet.
Nah, bro.
No
she
Egyptians.
Lives, like, she works, dog. Like,
she just said no Egyptians. Your shit is ugly.
Bro, nah,
savage.
Dude, she's got them walking feet, hey,
do feet matter to you? Not like not
good question.
Not like a sexual thing, but do they matter to you?
I was thinking about, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Feet. Do I like feet?
Yeah.
I honestly don't understand the fetish behind feet. I really don't. Do I like a woman that paints her toenails? I honestly think that if it's any other color than white, we're good. White.
Any other color than white?
Yeah.
Why? What does white signify?
They belong to the streets, baby.
She belongs to the streets.
Pray for them. God bless.
I saw a TikTok that said if she has white French tips, she will ruin your life. And that couldn't be more true.
God bless. My girl does not do that. She does her own nails and then she just chews them off. She scratches them off when she's done. That shit was funny. She put on some really fancy colors, some fancy red for a weekend, and she just scraped them off by Monday. He's like, what the fuck?
Respect.
Yeah. She's built different. But I don't really get the whole feet fetish. Like, that shit kind of like turns me off in a way. Like, even in wild sex mode, like, I do not.
I mean, I'm not gonna put my foot in.
Her mouth?
I'm not gonna put her foot in my mouth.
I might put my foot in her mouth.
I'm not that guy.
Or put my foot on her face, but that's not even a foot thing. That's just me being like on top of you thing. Like doing the whole fucking.
Doing the whole charade.
The Olympian thing, you know?
Yeah. Don't fuck up my battery, bro.
That's my battery, dude. You got the clean one. I got the fucking yellow cum stained one. Yeah, I don't know. And like, motherfucker, I just don't. I'm not a feet guy. I'm more of an ass guy.
But when you look, I'm not a feet guy either. But I've started. It really was because of 2 of my friends that were like, nah, bro. Like, if she got ugly feet, you gotta watch out. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? So then they started showing me different celebrities that got some busted ass toes, like disgusting looking ass feet. And I was like, wow, like,
okay,
I've never looked at that.
Okay,
and now when I see like a woman in sandals or heels, I'm like, does she have some busted ass toes?
Okay.
And if she doesn't, then I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I can approach her. But if she does, oh, no. I don't know why. It's just, it reminds me of maybe she's not like being hygienic. Like, that's how I think of it right away.
As feet have become more introduced into my life, I do, like, as more people talk to me about feet things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, these things, I'd be like, okay, yeah, if I see a woman walking around in sandals, I'll look, I'll be like, all right, what you rocking? Like,
right.
Did you, like, clip them? Are they broken? Like, I have a toenail that like, I've lost because of just playing soccer and being stepped on all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It grew back. It eventually grew back.
It's calcified?
No. It just grew back. Like I naturally healed myself. My like healing abilities.
All right, X-Men.
Yeah, it was sick. Like my X gene just activated and I grew my nail back. It was fucking sick. I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, it grew back, and like my toenails are a bit funky. Like I don't understand.
Fuck does that mean?
Like, I don't understand how toenails work. Does anybody actually think about that? Like, toenails. Like,
the
they're
same
nails,
way these motherfuckers work.
but they're on your toes.
Yeah.
It's
to
so
protect
weird.
your fucking feet from getting fungi.
I don't know.
That's exactly
I've
what
never
it's
had
for.
a foot problem either. I've never had like an issue where like I gotta go to the doctor for fungi or
Nah, hell
athlete's
no.
foot.
You broke your toenail. You had a whole toenail off, like it came off.
Yeah, like I slowly started to peel it off as it scabbed
It hurt, no?
when it
When
was
the toenail fully came off.
no, because it was
Okay,
it was satisfying.
When it came off, it was your big toe, I'm assuming.
This one.
Okay, when
The
it
right
was
one.
it was your big toe. Was the actual like not the top of the nail, but the whole thing was like off, and it was just skin underneath.
No, like not the whole thing. Oof, but that's a good oof. It was
Yeah,
damn near.
I know people. Oh,
fuck.
strong.
Yeah. No, we have to stand up and turn the lights on.
Some horror show out here.
Are we?
Oh, they might have.
No,
There might be a light over there. There it is.
Yeah, it's motion activated.
Straight
It's
hold
fine.
us right there,
I know.
guys.
So I was saying, the nail kind of like got to here.
Mhm.
Okay, so like it had broken.
Yeah.
It had come off the skin,
Yeah.
and then I slowly let it scab.
Okay.
Because if I had taken it off, I would not have been able to fucking move.
Yeah.
Because the nail was
Real
still
sensitivity.
Yeah, it was the nail
Yeah.
was still like how you say it was fucking like attached.
It was intact.
It was intact.
Yeah.
It just wasn't torn off yet. It was only because it started scabbing that I had to take it off because it was just kind of getting in the way of it healing.
Yeah.
And yeah, normally like just if you keep your skin like but it's a good thing I kept it on. I kind of wrapped it up and overnight over a couple nights it started to feel better, and if it was stepped on, it didn't hurt as much because the nail was still there. After a week or so, I started peeling it off like slowly, and I mean, it would, where the skin is still kind of touching or the scab, I would just kind of like, boop, like real fast, and it'd be like, ow.
Yeah.
A little flinch, but
Yeah.
it's like a good flinch. You ever just pick a scab,
Yeah. No, I'm a masochist.
Yes, right.
Like I don't like to get hurt, but when I get hurt, I'm like peeling that off, or like
like
when
to
I
hurt
see
yourself,
that
yeah.
like blood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I'm not gonna say I get excited or some shit like that, but like I feel relieved. I'm like, that felt good.
Yeah. So that's how it felt. I just took it off, and that shit was great. Like I fucking let it heal, and then we moved on. I moved on with my life. I didn't really care about people looking at my toes. I do cut them when I know I'm gonna be showing feet. At least have some class. Line them up. Line that bitch
How
up.
often do you show your feet? As a guy, like
I see my feet all the time, and when I see that they're getting a little too long,
Yeah.
I literally cannot stand it. Same thing with my nails. It's just something I understood at a young age. I'm like, I liked to have long nails because I'd like to break them off like myself.
Yeah, you're a better man than I am. I bite my nails.
Oh yeah, you still bite them.
I'm
It's
a fucking
disgusting, dude. You have no idea how many things get stuck under our nails.
No, but I clean my hands literally.
You're cleaning your hands, but you're not
every time.
cleaning under your nails.
No, I do.
Look, okay, I understand what you're saying. You get in there, you're kind of like, hey, I see dirt, let me get that bitch out.
No, I literally put soap and I scrub. So there's a damn
Oh my
straw.
god, we're gonna have to be dealing with this bullshit.
Just go see if there's a light over there and grab a fucking lamp. Just put it right here, honestly. So there's a technique that you learn when you're going into a medical profession. And that technique, you have to wash your hands for, I think, 45 seconds, obviously, right? And then that technique, you have to put your fingernails underneath onto your palm and scrub where the soap would happen to get inside. And then, rub your hands together and all that.
Yeah, he was a practicing nurse for a little bit, but for me, I just...
Practicing nurse, you know me.
So for sure, I mean, I do feel that. I just kind of like look at them, I'm like, ugh, like I don't want to go out like this. Because I can feel like a little gap when the things start... Well, I feel like things will get caught in there. And if I'm like... I think hand beauty is a thing.
Yeah, hand beauty is a very big
hand
thing.
beauty is a thing.
I remember there's a... do you remember Next, the TV show?
Next.
It was on MTV, I believe. And it was just about like dudes seeing girls and picking whether or not they wanted to go on a date
Next.
with them. Yeah, next. Yeah,
They come off a bus and they're like, next. Oh, yes, I remember.
So one.
Oh, did you remember the one? Is that the one you're about to bring up? My favorite. There was a Mad TV skit. They're like my favorite flavor of popsicle. is
No,
dick.
no.
It was a female saying that. I mean,
Strong.
they would never air it nowadays.
Right.
But continue about that.
No, so one of the moms comes on in the interview.
Yeah.
And she's like, my daughter has the prettiest hands. And the dude just goes, I'm not trying to fuck her hands. Next.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I was rolling. I still think about that clip to
That's
this
funny.
day.
That's
When people talk about being hand models and shit, I'm like, the fuck? Like,
Yeah, I'm considering selling feet pics at this point. Like,
no.
$7 a gallon, $7
Brother,
a picture.
You got busted ass toes.
No. I mean, I'm working.
You have a
I'll go get a
busted-
a mani pedi, whatever they're fucking.
Mani-pedi.
I've never had a mani pedi.
You've never had a mani-pedi?
Never
and
had a
you
mani-pedi.
think you could sell feet pics? No shot.
You think maybe I could after?
Nah. Let me tell you, I've had...
You know what? It's because we have to market it. We have to market our feet pics. I saw this documentary series on this. You know that you probably never heard of it. Shit, I barely fucking remember it. It's, you know who Bach is? King Bach or whatever his name.
Yeah.
King Bosch. What is his name? The black guy with the,
Yeah, I think it is King Bach.
the
black guy.
he collabed. I mean, he's like the guy. You know, he's the Vine guy.
Yeah.
With
It's
Amanda
King Bach.
Cerny,
It's
right?
King Bach.
King with Amanda Cerny. Do you know the famous hot chick from the Vines? I'm surprised you don't know this, Nick. Like, where the fuck have you been? Okay, so
I'll be honest. Like, I knew certain Vines, but I didn't follow people on Vine. Like, I would just watch Vines that were funny.
because I grew up with the internet and just like, anyways, fuck it. But they created this streaming network where they had a documentary series on OnlyFans, and one of the guys was a straight male selling pictures, making like 10 G's a month. Well, because he's one of the top earners. That's what it was called, like OnlyFans top earners. Selling pics of him, sexually explicit photos of him, naked
Did you
photos.
subscribe to him or what?
I had to subscribe
Just out of curiosity.
out of curiosity because the man was making bank. I'm like, who is paying 5 G's for this shit? Anyways, he made it clear that it's just about his demographic of people that he's marketed to.
Mm-hmm.
Gay men just happen to like what he's selling, and
Yeah,
he
that's fair.
leans into that. One of the other top earners also did the same thing. He was leaning into OnlyFans being a way to market yourself, explicitly.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you have good, if you could take a good nude that would turn someone on,
Yeah.
you should just make an OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Because if your daughter made an OnlyFans, would you subscribe to it?
No,
Why not?
that's fucking weird.
How's that weird?
Because it's my daughter,
But you gotta
and I'm
keep an eye on her.
assuming that she's going to put up something sexual and pornographic.
Interesting.
I'm assuming though, OnlyFans wasn't created for that, but I'm assuming that's what would happen. And you don't support me. Nah, I'll support you from the side. I don't need to support you directly.
Yeah.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, if my if my child was to grow up in this day and age where pornography and
content creator
and
type of people.
exotic content creating is very accepted, then hey, who am I to say get your bag?
Get your bag, yeah, get your bag. Just don't tell me about it.
Put me in a nice retirement.
That's a
home
good way of looking
if
at
I
it.
make it that far.
Yeah, because there was this New York
Fuck
Post
it.
article about a woman who had her father actually subscribed.
Yeah, there's a couple. It's
There
really
is a
fucking
couple
weird.
of people who do that shit, and
And they're always from Ohio.
they're always from. I told you, bro, they're from fucking Ohio.
They're always
bro.
from Ohio.
Ohio is a weird fucking place, dude. And I don't know.
It's
man.
like Florida.
I just can't. I want making an OnlyFans. I'm not I just don't understand the marketing behind it because
Yeah.
it's clear that it's like a hustle.
Yeah.
It's a hustle. It's one of many hustles that is out there.
Yeah, it's a fast money
and that's
scheme.
kind of dope, if we're talking about hustles, because there's a hustle. I mean, but a hustle you've got people who are driving Uber, driving delivery, those people who are hustling because it's possible to be more flexible with your work. It comes with some caveats because I think they're putting. Well, I can't compare it. It's not the same. I was just thinking about independent contract work because these OnlyFans top earners. There's no top earners in these wage earning independent contracting jobs because they all kind of make around the same median wage. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was making so much.
I don't know. I think the smartest thing that OnlyFans did was
Uh-huh.
putting that you're in the top 5%, 10%, 20%, because you're going to be like, oh, there's an ultimate goal to this in the end.
Are you familiar with Amaranth? Are you familiar with
what?
Are you familiar Amaranth?
No, what's
She's
that?
like the biggest Twitch streamer and one of the top content creators on Twitch and OnlyFans and Instagram.
She's hot.
She's a very attractive white female with red hair. And
What's her name?
Amaranth. Her real name is Caitlin with a K.
You subscribe to her shit?
On Twitch, yeah. I mean, I follow her on Twitch because I follow all these top creators because it's fascinating to see like the top end of the Pareto distribution where like these people are just earning like tens of thousands of dollars a month and they've got a viewer count higher than most fucking late night shows. Like nobody understands this sleeping giant that Twitch is really.
She's got a good body. She has fake boobs, but she's got a good body.
Whether it's fake or not, I mean, we're talking about the hustle because she lives.
And she's a cosplayer. Yeah, I
think that's where she started.
I can see. I don't know. I can never ever justify paying for sex. Like that's just not who I am.
It's the oldest profession. I've seen a documentary on. I remember I used to say that shit all the time. I've seen a documentary on it. Documentaries don't even have to be fucking true. You know, they can just be a documentary about some bullshit. You know, and well, not just some bullshit, but they don't necessarily have to be factual. And like there's like, I'm like thinking too much about it, but I forgot the definition because you can submit a documentary for an award, and it could be about a topic, right? A real like good topic, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's, you know, true in the sense that, fuck, I don't want to define truth right now because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Like fictional?
Yes, like it could be fictional, right?
Okay.
The documentary could be about a fictional society. The point is that like I saw this documentary on fucking what was it on?
Jacques Cousteau. That was his fucking name.
The guy who would sea dive?
Is that Jacques Cousteau?
Yes.
He was sea diving?
Yes, I think he's the guy who went the deepest.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I had this other thought process.
There's this album, dude, that we need to listen to. I forgot. Just reminded me because there's this lyric about Jacques Cousteau in there. Oh no! Yes. The fucking what the fuck was I talking about?
I don't know. You lost me on that.
Oh yeah, we can talk about Twitch a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Amaranth and the creators, content creators, like there's fine line right now. Okay, so we were talking about OnlyFans, right?
Right.
And there's this fine gray line where like it's not a porn site, but you can be half naked, and you can be like sexually like creating content revolved around creative purposes, like ASMR.
You're talking about Twitch.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They've got like Twitch has evolved to become like this platform for a safe, like equal and safe spaces. Like
yeah, I mean, I think in general, Twitch
it's not just for video games anymore.
To be for content creating at this point, like you can do anything you want on Twitch within the guidelines.
Sure. Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's the biggest caveat to that. I mean, here's the biggest thing. It's like everyone is a producer. Everyone's a broadcaster. You can really do things on there. Like people are missing the big picture with Twitch, in my opinion, because it just seems to me like it has a lot of potential for like all kinds of things. Like one of the top creators that I follow has like an average, like between 20 and 50,000 people like a day watching him, listening, whatever the case may be. Active viewership. It's fucking fascinating. Like, and
who is that?
Asmongold?
Oh, Asmongold.
Asmongold?
Yes.
Yeah. Asmongold. Yeah.
I am one of those.
Zach?
One of 20,000 every couple of days.
Honestly, I recently started watching him again just because he literally is entertaining.
Yeah.
Because he does not stop talking and he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly how to talk but this is something that has been done.
Emotion out of you.
See, like independent, like you look at somebody who's an independent contract,
or not an emotion,
a content creator, and you think to yourself, how the fuck does this guy make? How does he have 1 million subscribers doing shit from a laptop, in a microphone? You think to yourself, like, how is that possible? It's like, well, you got to be smart. You got to think like these people either bust their ass off and are doing what they like doing and get lucky, or they genuinely enjoy what they do and they just happen to start making money off of it. Asmongold, Amaranth, are both very savvy. Like, there's more than just savvy people on Twitch. They know what they're doing.
Right.
If you're broadcasting to 20, 30,000 people a day, you're low-key, you're high-key competing with mainstream late night shows, mainstream corporate television, mainstream media. It's insane. You've got 20-year-olds. Dude, 20-year-olds just playing fucking Valorant, Apex, Call of Duty, League of Legends. You know, all the big ones, World of Warcraft.
They're playing games they enjoy and they're good at it.
Well, they get paid
for the
to play
most
those
part,
games,
the big people who reel people in.
Yeah, dude.
But then you have people like Tim the Tatman.
Tim the Tatman.
Ah, it's a mosquito. I can't get it.
Yeah,
I'm too distracted. But Tim the Tatman, who is also a Twitch streamer, it's quite
one of the biggest.
One of the biggest.
Yeah, one of the big ones.
He's quite enjoyable.
Dr. Disrespect is another big one.
Dr. Disrespect, yes, but he's fucking. I can't get it. Did you get it?
No.
There you go. We got it. Dr. Disrespect is good at gaming though. Like, you can watch him and you can be excited to watch him.
Sure,
you watch Tim the Tatman and what he offers is like entertainment. Like what he talks about, how he reacts to things.
Okay.
That's where he gets his viewership.
So we're drawing that distinction. He's an entertainer. It's not just for gaming. He may have started gaming. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Like, Twitch is no longer just a gaming platform. I see people on there doing like body painting. Like, they're like just...
Interesting.
They're naked and body painting.
Good for them.
They've got hot tub sections. It's become acceptable, you know, to be half naked on Twitch. You know, but there are some caveats to that, because you can be like very politically correct, like progressive, because Twitch is very biased towards progressive, like, you know, liberal type. Well, not necessarily, but like the way in my opinion, I think they lean that way. Not necessarily that they are that way. Because I see Asmongold, XQC. XQC is that Quebecian. Is he Canadian? I might be.
He is Canadian.
I said Quebecian. Oh, I'm stupid. That is Canadian.
Yeah, Quebec is Canada.
Quebec is Canadian. Yeah. He's one of the biggest streamers on the platform, if not the biggest, compared to who Ninja was, right? Because if y'all remember who Ninja is, Ninja was collaborating with Drake at one time.
Yes.
Right, and that's kind of what blew up his career. He moved on to Mixer and made fucking bank.
Ninja was very popular before Drake.
He was a Pro League player, right? A Halo player.
Yes. Ninja has been around since Twitch TV was Justin TV.
Correct, when it was just Justin, which is the guy who sold Twitch. Yeah. Anyways, but that's a good point. Like, a lot of these people already were doing something, and they just evolved into that. Like, they got lucky, in the sense that maybe some of them didn't know what was going on, and then other people knew exactly. Like, yo, like Twitch broadcasting, like I can be on the internet live. Like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah,
that's exactly how Joe Rogan started. He literally was like, yeah, it's just me and my buddies, which is what we're doing.
Right.
Sitting down, talking to each other about stuff we're into. Right. This is how it starts. Like, I hope that one day you and I can be doing this on a much bigger scale, talking to more interesting people. It'll be fucking fantastic, you know? I can actually pay you a living wage this time, not as some slave labor shit. It's fucking fantastic. I love the fact that, like, this medium of spreading information, like long-form conversations. Like, I'm listening to, like, Harvard professors talk about how my body works. I'm learning more than paying for health insurance. You know what I mean? You gotta go to your doctor and ask him for help. I'm just going to this guy, Andrew Huberman from the University of, from Harvard, who's a neurobiologist and ophthalmologist, and he knows a lot about. He's a professor, so he does a lot of professing, and he knows exactly what the fuck he's talking about. If he's wrong, then he's wrong. But somebody made a great point. It's like, I've learned more from social media and YouTube than I have from an actual book or school, and it sounds almost stupid. Like, some boomer or some fuck would be like, yo, what the fuck, you watch YouTube all fucking day? It's like, well, do you watch TV all fucking day?
But that's the thing, right? If you use the internet in the right way,
what is the right way of using the internet?
The right way of using the internet is using it where you're not trying to get a serotonin boost all the time, right? Like, if you're on the internet and you're on Facebook or you're on like Twitter all the time, like, you're using the internet in the wrong way. But if you're using the internet to do research or to learn something, that's what this shit was created for. To be fair.
Again,
to make it, in my opinion, to make it much easier for people to have access to all the different learning that you can
The
do.
internet now is just so dope because like growing up when the internet was just coming up, I remember just flipping through channels. It was just so boring. Like I was home alone, like taking care of my sister, and there was nothing on television.
I was always a sports guy. I always found something to watch.
You're so lucky, man, because you did have a nice home at one point, right?
I have, yeah. I mean, I still have a beautiful home.
Right, and just at the time, like I didn't understand what cable was.
It's fair.
Yeah. So now I'm just like, I find it odd when I'm on the internet and I can't find shit to watch.
Well, but that's what I mean, right? That's because your brain has now been, what am I trying to say?
Programmed?
I guess program, wired, like for you to find something specific that's going to boost your serotonin.
No, that's just the companies targeting ads that they hear you talk about. There's nothing like
no,
people,
but look at your algorithm on your YouTube.
My algorithm is finely tuned because it took me a long time to make sure that bitch wasn't like recommending me some bullshit. Because I did one time used to love going down rabbit holes. Just for the fuck of it. I mean, not just for the fuck of it, because I was genuinely like, oh shit, what the fuck is this all about?
I'd end up watching some shit about animals at like 3 a.m.
Oof. No, I was always all about the Illuminati,
Zeitgeist,
Aleister Crowley, like the satanic rituals he committed, like the idea of Bohemian Grove that was started by Mark Twain, and then it was turned into like this ceremonial place for like people who are in like the industries that like run the government. And
sounds like you're still going down the algorithm.
No, but a lot of this is true. Like they do actually go meet up at Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, and there's a cabal.
They do be having not a cabal, but they do be having these mock rituals where they like sacrifice like a mock child or whatever the fuck. Like a lot of those things ended up just being true, and some of them just ended up being bullshit. Like they're not having, as far as I know, they're not eating children or drinking children's blood.
We got lizard people.
Or trying to like suck the adrenochrome out of everybody. Nah, I think like there's some level of corporate control where like information now is being censored because the idea that everybody has access to information all the time is dangerous. Because if everybody knows all the rules to the game and you can compete against the people who are at the top, then they're going to think it's not fair because they've got a head start and you don't know all the rules. Like people who run the banks, they know all the rules.
Yeah.
You don't know all the rules. They could just freeze your account because you're being a fucking fraudulent person. I mean, that's because you're being fraudulent and you're being a criminal, but that goes to show you there's the power they have. Like, whoop, it's gone. It's ours, locked behind, a fucking code.
We gotta have a Luffy.
A Luffy from One Piece, somebody who wants to be free and open the world up. Here's the thing. They've openly admitted that a one world government is an actual plan because they want to globalize the way we live. And we've seen the effects. I know we're running low on time, but just to kind of ramble on a bit about our supply chain crisis, like we're feeling it. Nobody's, how many times do I got to remind people $7 a gallon?
Why are you paying $7?
I'm rounding up.
Okay.
I'm rounding up.
Because I'm looking at the prices recently because I'm driving more and I'm checking out all these different prices.
Yeah.
And it's only, I mean, not only, because I know at one point it was like $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
And like I said, guys, I'm a new driver, so this is all I know at this moment. But I'm seeing it drop to like $6.39, $6.29, $6.19 a gallon.
Somebody's doing their job finally. Fuck. You know what I mean?
You haven't seen this?
I haven't been paying attention to the gasoline prices because.
But then again, I use regular. I don't use premium. So
I only use premium because it's just a matter of.
You use premium?
Yeah.
So that's probably why you're paying $7. Why are you using premium? You don't have a premium car. I'm actually real curious.
I have a sports car, dude. You have a sports car too. You be whipping that.
You read your manual or what?
I actually did.
And your manual says you're supposed to be using premium? No.
It does recommend that I use premium. I swear to.
Send me this picture when you get home.
I will literally just.
Send me this picture.
I will send you the picture when I sit down.
What year you drive? Hold on.
2018.
2018. I'm looking this shit up right now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's in there. Yeah. I mean, dude, normally you'd want to use higher octane gasoline because it actually, from what I know, there's some people who say there's no difference, but higher octane is a bit more efficient in the way that it burns. I've seen how a how a piston works. Like it's fucking. I love the internet. Like I've seen the inside of it. It's fucking fascinating that somebody engineered a fucking like a squirt of gasoline is squirted in there, and like a spark is made with the spark plug, and then the piston uses that energy to just shift up and down. Like nobody is grateful for that shit. You're just like, yeah, I got a car. Oh, I crashed it. Like like you're literally driving around like with little bombs going off in the vehicle. I know I'm being super specific.
You know what? I take that back. He's supposed to be using premium. I'm fucking shocked right now. What?
Hey, do you like that?
Just because of your car, like I would never expect that type of car to be using premium.
Guys, we're running low on time here. We do appreciate it. I'm going to try and get this episode out by Tuesday. So if you see this on Tuesday, I did my job. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We will catch you guys maybe Thursday.
Peace. Yeah, peace.